Hi, I'm out here in a place called Gusen. It's actually not really in Gusen right now. I'm in another town like Saint Georgen. So it's like Saint George in English. 咁我而家喺一個地方叫做 Saint Georgen 啦。咁英文好似 Saint George 咁樣啦。咁其實係都係屬於咧一個叫做孤神嘅 memorial 嘅一部分咁樣。I'm at the end of the audio tour。咁我係喺呢一個嘅佢有一個導賞咁樣嘅機啦，咁我哋聽住咧一路就行到嚟呢度就係個終點咁。So the idea or like what is so special about this end point？ 咁即係咁呢個終點其實係咩地方咧？咁 behind me is the entrance to an underground like tunnel workshop。咁我身後咧就係呢一個區嘅嗰個集中營嘅人咧，佢哋掘出嚟嘅一個地下嘅工場咁樣。And so like this is all about making weapons。咁全部就喺下邊就係做武器啊咁樣啦咁。And also building jets 咁同埋係即係做飛機啊咁。And of course it's all for the Nazi forces, right？ 咁當然就係全部就係納粹佢哋即係用嘅嘢，同埋即係佢哋就係喺集中營就係要啲人逼佢哋起呢個地方，然後喺入邊就係即係做勞工啦咁樣。So like it's a very it's very difficult. It's a difficult trip for me. 好難受嘅一個一個旅程啦，即係So we started at the visitor center of the memorial。咁我哋由個資訊中心開始嘅咁樣。So because like the whole town of Gusen is the concentration camp。咁其實成個鎮啊，即係成個孤神嘅呢個鎮 ，and also Saint Georgen 同埋 Saint George 呢一個鎮咧 ，both of them is like the concentration camp and also restricted area of the SS。咁呢兩個鎮係全部就係個集中營啦，同埋 SS 佢哋即係嘅一個即係佢哋自己嘅秘密基地咁樣啦咁。And then from where we were walking， 咁我哋一路行咧，沿路咧 ，we're actually walking on the railroad。咁我哋就係行緊喺咧呢個鐵路 ，and the railroad was it doesn't exist anymore now。咁而家已經冇咗嗰條鐵路噶啦，咁 we were on the path， 咁但係我哋就喺翻嗰個路線上面行啦咁。And it was the train that get people to the concentration camp and also transport them here to work and also like get them out after they die, you know。咁嗰個火車嗰個成個路線就係載人嚟集中營啦，然後即係死咗啲屍，即係又喺嗰度走啦，咁然後同埋又會運佢哋喺集中營過嚟呢度做嘢啦，咁 so And now you're walking around in this beautiful nature。而家你就係好似去行山咁。If you know nothing about the history， 如果你完全唔知嗰個歷史嘅話咧 ，then it was just a beautiful walk。咁就係好靚啦，樹啦 ，trees and flowers and the flowers are exceptionally beautiful and colourful。咁有啲花又特別大朵，特別靚，特別鮮豔啦咁。And so it's just kind of like you think of all the human flesh and the ashes that is underneath this ground to fertile the ground。咁你就諗到即係有好多人死嘅地方，就係即係肥沃嘅土壤咁樣。Now the Gusen concentration camp is one of the most brutal concentration camp。咁Gusen呢個地方咧係其中一個最殘忍嘅集中營嚟嘅。And in the guided tour, in the audio guide， 咁我哋聽住嗰個導賞嘅時候咧，one of the people was saying that you know it's even worse than Auschwitz and Bernau。 which are the death camps, right？ 咁有人甚至講咧，就係仲即係呢一度係仲差過呢個 Auschwitz， 就係即係最出名嗰個即係死亡嘅集中營啦，嗰個死刑啦。It was because like in those camps it's kind of more organized and you sort of understand the routine and thing, you know. But here in Gusen， 因為佢哋講到就話，因為嗰兩個 camp 即係雖然係當然咧係叫死刑啦咁，但係起碼佢哋係會即係有一啲整齊啲、規律啲，同埋你會大概知你跟住會做啲乜嘢或者點樣。但係here in Gusen is like it's just a cruelty. It's like and the abuse is really grave， 係超殘忍啦，同埋真係虐待得好緊要啦咁。So from the numbers you would know， 咁你就從嗰個數字你就知啦。It's supposed to be a work camp, right？ 咁因為即係其實佢呢度應該係叫工作營啦，即係其實就係勞工監啦咁樣樣。And but like altogether there was around like 71,000 people who were being incarcerated there。 咁總共即係韞咗大概係7萬幾人喺度啦咁。And over half of it were that like 35,800 people died in the camp。 咁但係超過一半嘅人係死嘅，咁就係35,800個人喺度死咗。And it's mind blowing， 係好癲嘅一件事啦咁。And it's an international camp， 同埋佢係即係國際型啦，即係 people from all over， you know, like there were Spanish people, there were Serbian people, and then there were Polish, you know。 咁有西班牙人咧，有中歐、東歐嘅人啦，有呢個即係有波蘭人啦，有Serbia 嘅人啦咁so it's a mix of people, and then like within like a very short period of time, like people died。 然後好短時間，即係入咗嚟冇幾耐，其實好快脆就會死啦咁。Because of the first people who was in charge, the first SS who was in charge was exceptionally cruel。 因為第一個負責嘅嗰個人咧，嗰個話事嗰個 SS 嘅人咧係超殘忍嘅人啦咁樣。So they were supposed to like mine the granite。 咁因為呢度就係有石礦啦，咁所以其實佢哋就係要去即係鑿啲石啦咁。And then they will have to move them to Mauthausen at first。 咁最初就係要搬翻去 Mauthausen， 就係 to build Mauthausen， 咁就起翻 Mauthausen 呢個集中營啦咁。So it was really like the cruel way of the Germans, right？ 咁即係當時嘅德國人就係咁樣啦。You build your own prison。Literally， 咁其實基本上就係你起你自己嗰個監獄啦咁樣樣。So and then there were all the bridges over there, and then they're all built by these people who were being incarcerated in the concentration camp。 咁呢度即係仲有啲橋啊，咁全部都係就係啲集中營裡面嘅人去起嘅咁樣樣啦咁。Now but right now， 但係重點係乜嘢咧咁？The Gusen Memorial is only just the visitor centre now。 咁其實咧真係剩翻嘅咧就係得個由嗰個即係資訊中心啦咁樣。And it's actually like just the furnace, it only the crematorium。 咁同埋剩翻嘅係乜嘢咧？就係得嗰個就係焚化爐啦，咁就係即係燒死人嗰個地方啦咁。What happened was， 咁點解即係發生件咁嘅事咧 ？Because like right after the liberation of the US Army， 咁就係即係美軍嚟到即係解放咗啲人之後咧 ，because there were so many diseases， 咁因為有好多病啊各樣啦咁樣樣 ，so they burned down a lot of places， 佢哋就燒咗好多地方啦咁 ，and then like almost the entire camp 83 barracks， 佢總共有83棟樓啊基本上，佢哋啲樓其實就係長方形一層過嘅，或者最多係係啦一層過嘅長方形嘅石屎咁樣啦，然後再喺入邊分即係少少間隔咁樣啦咁。 and then like one block would host like 1,600 people， 一個 block 就可能住即係千幾個人啦咁。And it's very usual, very common that like one bunk would sleep 2 people。咁好多時候即係佢哋嗰啲所謂嘅碌架床咧，即係咁樣咧，要瞓2個人起碼咁樣啦。咁 which is not like of course it's not a luxury。咁即係當然唔係我哋而家嗰啲咁樣嘅碌架床啊 whatever。So it's like really like the condition is bad, and then it's very crowded, very like a lot of people, and then it's just exceptionally hot. 咁係好難啦咁。So anyway, like now the town is like totally rebuilt, like it's very modern, like and there are developments, you know, like and it's very middle class。咁而家但係其實好即係好靚，起過晒全部，即係新屋啦，大家喺度住啦，有花園啦 and beautiful gardens， 然後有一啲就係好似即係點講啊，即係project， 即係好似啲乜花園、乜花園，即係幾棟樓都一樣嘅，然後即係有個地方俾小朋友玩啊咁樣，即係少少中產感覺啦咁樣。So and like in the audio guide, they do talk about, you know, they invited people who are now living there, you know, like to speak of the experience as well。咁喺嗰個導賞裏面，其實佢哋都會有邀請，即係而家住喺度嘅人去講，即係佢哋嗰啲感受或者點樣啊咁。And it's like this whole kind of like discussion around, or you know, like the invitation to think about like development, history, you know, how did it come together, you know, like and how do you feel about like, because like you might not even know what happened before, you know, there are people who might not know。咁可能你完全唔知之前發生咩事啊咁樣 ，and then like does it change for you like after you know it？ 咁你知道咗之後，你會有咩感覺咧咁 ？So my friend and I were just like talking about, you know, imagine you actually living on a mass grave. You're building your life, you're raising your family, your kids on top of that people, like the blood and the sweat and this horrible mass murder, like it's just like 咁即係都好難受。我覺得即係如果你想像下，我同我朋友即係都喺度講，即係你諗下你住緊嘅呢個地方，你就係其實係建立喺呢一啲俾人集體謀殺嘅猶太人嘅血肉之軀之上，其實即係 so and just to think about it， 咁係咪即係你就係、I'm not even talking about spirits， you know， 我唔係講緊即係咪有鬼，但 it's just kind of like the thought of it， you know， and then now it's like calm and beautiful and the ugliness of that history， 即係嗰種即係而家咁靚，而家咁寧靜，而家就係一種我哋即係我想住喺呢度好安靜啊，即係有咁。但係你背後嗰個歷史係咁醜惡，即係 so it's like something that is very difficult to swallow， you know， like 都幾難啃我覺得。So let's get to the reading， 咁我哋就讀書啦。Read to Resist Day 378， 當閱讀也是抗爭第378日。A Concise History of Hong Kong by John Mark Carroll。香港簡史，從殖民地至特別行政區，著者高馬可，譯者林立偉。Ironically, the greatest threat to Hong Kong's economy in the years after the 1949 revolution came not from the Chinese communists, but rather from the United States, the country most determined to contain the spread of communism. Although Hong Kong drew some economic benefits from supporting British military operations in Korea, the colony's economy suffered from 2 embargoes: the United Nations embargo on strategic goods imposed on China for intervening in the Korean War, and the American embargo on any trade with China. The British government also limited exports to China and Hong Kong, but it was the American embargo inspectors who often took to extremes their order to ensure that no Chinese goods found their way through Hong Kong into the United States. The classic example, explained Grantham, is that of dry ducks. These ducks were processed in Hong Kong and then exported to America. Many of them came from eggs laid in China and brought to Hong Kong to hatch. Were the ducks from these eggs communist ducks or true blue British ducks? The correspondence on the subject was voluminous before a solution was finally reached. Provided that an inspector was present when the duck was hatched, that he forthwith rubber-stamped the duckling's foot, and that on reaching maturity, a further making was put on the duck, that the ducks might be slaughtered, dried, and emitted into the United States. Shrimps, notes author Frank Welsh, face a similar predicament. They might be caught in the immiscible waters of Hong Kong, but had the crustaceans begun their lives there, or were they communist infiltrators? In the absence of the unethical evidence of all shrimps, therefore, were banned. 反諷的是，在1949年中國共產主義革命後的歲月，對香港經濟最大的威脅並非來自中國共產黨，而是來自最堅決要遏止共產主義散播的國家美國。雖然香港因支援英國出兵韓國獲得一些經濟利益，但香港經濟因為2個禁運而受害。聯合國以中國介入韓戰為由，對中國實施的戰略物資禁運，以及美國對中國實施的全面貿易禁運。英國政府也限制出口到中國和香港的貨物，但負責執行美國禁運令的檢察員，為確保中國貨不會通過香港通往美國，採取了非常極端的手段。葛量洪說，最經典的例子是臘鴨。臘鴨是在香港製造，然後出口到美國。製造臘鴨的鴨子是在香港孵化，但鴨蛋卻是從中國而來。那麼，這些鴨算是共產主義鴨，還是道地英國鴨呢？雙方為磋商這個問題的往來通訊，堪稱捲質浩繁。最後終於找到解決方法，就是孵蛋時要有檢查人員在場，為剛孵出的小鴨在腳上蓋印。鴨子長大後，再加另外一個記號，這樣才可以把鴨子宰殺、曬乾，再運到美國。作家威爾澤 Frank Welsh 發現蝦也面對相似的困況，他們或許是在可輸往美國的香港水域捕獲，但是這些甲殼類動物究竟是在哪裡出生成長的，還是滲透進來的共黨分子？由於找不到確切證據說清楚蝦的來源，香港的蝦一律禁止出口到美國。So this is the reading of today. 咁今日就讀到呢度啦。咁 and it's just like so interesting about like how extreme the Americans are, you know, like and it's just kind of like funny in a way. 都幾好笑，我覺得啲美國佬嗰啲即係點講啊？極端啊嘛，佢呢度話其實就係矯枉過正啦，即係咁樣樣。So it's kind of reflecting in the culture or in the value, you know, like and the idea, you know, like how precise they are, you know， 即係佢哋嗰種，佢哋而家其實都係咁啊，佢哋嗰種即係點講啊，即係個價值觀或者個世界觀嗰樣嘢係好刁鑽嘅，即係係啦咁樣。有時候我覺得有啲轉咗牛角尖咁樣樣。So anyway, this is it for today。咁啊，今日就嚟到呢度，聽日再見，See you again tomorrow。拜拜。